Om Om Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhamulamada Shakham Aswatham Prahuravayam. Somebody's mic is on, please mute it. Chandam siyasya parnani yastam veda saveda vitem Adhas urdham prasutastasya sakha. Please do the homework, okay? It's not simply come class. Adhas urdham prasutastasya sakha. Guna-pravriddha vishaya-pravalah. Adhash mulany anusantatani. Karmanubandhini manushya-loke. So that's why always come with the homework, okay? At least nothing is there long to chant, okay? Or else Jyoti will start taking class, okay? So coming back. So in these classes, we are seeing how this samsara is called as a vriksha, as a tree. And of course, Lord Krishna very patiently tries to explain this Samsara Vriksha like a people tree is amazing. Already we have seen 10 points. So let me not again go back to that. Not right. So in the verse number 2 that we have seen, but let us go ahead. Tasya shakha. So its branches, guna-pravriddha. So that means what? These branches are nourished by the gunas. And of course, vishaya-pravalah. So whose suits are the sense objects. So that means definitely that makes it through the raga, dvesa, everything moves. And of course, they are spread, however, prasutaha, they are spread adhascha urdham, below, above, and you can say everywhere. And mulany means all other secondary roots. Anusantatani adhaha, so they are stretched below. And of course, because of that reason, karmanubandhini. So they possess the individual to get engaged in actions. And where? In this manushya-loke. So when we look at this verse, of course, there are many points to look at. Because when you see especially this huge tree that we saw, that its tap root, the primary root is Ishvara Bhagavan, later on Paramatma Brahman. So two levels, we have seen it very carefully. Urdham, so first we say what? Utkrishtam. So when we look at Utkrishtam meaning, so automatically Ishvaraha becomes the root, cause of this universe. when we look at durbhigyatva, so I'm just revising, okay? Don't look at me blank way, okay? So durbhigyatva. So there we look at what? Paramatma, Brahman becomes the root cause. If not, please refer the notebook or else go to the YouTube. However, when this is the case, and he says, look, now the shakhas, prasritas, the branches is such a huge, the Samsara Tree, huge Samsara Tree, it's also branches, has to spread all over. So the branches start spreading everywhere. So there is no limit to it. And what are they? So they are called 14 lokas. And when you look at 14 lokas, starting with Bhu is the middle, Bhur Bhuva Swaha, Janha Tapa Maha Satyam. And of course, Atala Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala Talatala. That goes. So what does it mean? So when it talks about lokaha, please understand. Always translate. Loka means sharira. This is the easiest way to, understand the concept of loka. Because when you say that loka, that means different fields of experiences. Then you dissociate yourself. It becomes, intellectualizing. When you say shariram, so that means what? The experience has to take place through sharira. So that means what? Today I am having manushya sharira. That's why I am in this manushya-loke. Tomorrow, because of my karma, especially sattva guna, so no karma, okay, sattva guna. So because of the sattva guna, what will happen to me? So I will get, let us say, gandharva sharira. So if I get the body of gandharva sharira, so I will be in gandharva loka. If I get Indra Sharira, the body of Indra, I will be in the heaven. That too king, not ordinary passenger, okay? Not ordinary visitor. I will be the king, imagine. So that means what? So these are the Shariras. Same thing also, if I have this Pashu, Yoni, Tala, Vitala, all these things. So automatically, I will also go down. So it is all about Sharira, so that you don't have to visualize differently at all. Now, when we say this jiva keeps traveling, or you can say jumps from one shakha to another shakha. Like how birds starts jumping from one shakha to another shakha to find better fruits or better shelter, or sometimes for fun. Okay, it happens like Ravana once in a while he used to travel from one loka to another loka for fun. Okay, just I'm saying it. So how the birds starts jumping from one branch to another branch. So also this jiva based on guna now jumps what? From one sharira to another sharira. So that's why one has to be very careful. That's to look at yatha karmam yatha shrutam, which was being taught in Kathopanishad. So based on the karma, whether you become a stanu or you get better yoni, whether you become a stone or you get higher yoni, is completely based on yatha karma yatha shrutam. So that means completely depends upon my karma, what I get. That's why sometimes we look at life, exactly. It's an amazing thing. Sometimes in our childhood, we used to play this, generally men doesn't, boy, they don't allow, because they say this is the game of girls. So that is called snake and ladder. So they say this is a lazy game. So this is only for girls. So boys should have outdoor games, blah blah blah, in our childhood. But nowadays everybody loves. I'll tell you, this is all about life. Life is exactly, what? This is snake ladder game. You can say you succeed up to 98. You understand? 99, the fellow will be there with a big mouth. And that snake happens to be the longest snake. Have you not observed? Straight you will fall down back to the pavilion. So whole life, all your Rajoguna, all what you do it, fantastic. Keep doing. Then finally, what happens? Towards the end of the life, you fall in the prey of big confusion. Then what happens? Tamas takes over. You understand the concept what I'm trying to say? Like a big python, not ordinary one, okay? So straight you are back, not pavilion, God knows somewhere, okay? So one has to be really careful with reference to this snake ladder game. Those who are smart, I remember, that's why I'm recollecting this game. Sometimes what we do, even though something comes, we don't take it. This is my version, okay, of game. Sometimes they say, no. From the beginning, we make it clear. If you don't want to take, you are eligible, you are allowed. So you can make a rule beforehand. So in that game, you are in between. You can calculate. Look, 4 comes, 5 comes, or 6 comes, whatever comes. Or 6 again, you have to put one more time, whatever. Then whatever comes, you say, no, I will not take. I prefer not to take. But what happens to you? Generally, you will not keep quiet. When you see your other opponent, they are climbing fast. Then what happens to you? What happens to your pressure? You also, no. And you also pray. Please come 6. After 6, again, next one when you put, finally you end up another snake. Does it happen or not? So also this karma theory. One should have that sort of understanding and maturity to take a break. But what happens when you are completely tired, exhausted? You go for a break. In fact, you collapse. Or some people, then what? Regular, they have got regular interval break, okay? So yearly, I should take a break. That's also another nuisance, because I remember very well, Puja Swamiji used to criticize this thing. Now, I don't know, I should not, those days I was saying, why Puja Swamiji criticizing? Now I am doing the same thing, okay? So that is one organization, especially in India, huge organization. So they have got holidays, okay? All the Swamijis get holiday. It's amazing. So, and they have got leave. So in a year, they get, I think, around more than 1 month holiday. So leave they have. They don't holiday, leave. So what they do is, generally they travel. So they want to study little Vedanta. So they will end up, especially those days, they used to end up to attend Puja Swami's class. Then Puja Swami used to criticize, hey, you have become a Swami, what is this leave? It's not acceptable, okay? If like Swamiji will criticize, if Mr. Krishna says that, hey, look, I have got leave, it's getting exhausted, I can understand, because this fellow is working for a multinational company, so he has got leave and whatnot. But if the Krishnananda Swami, Krishnananda says, I have got a leave, hey, why did you become a Swami? Better go back to your Krishna name, which is better for you, better for the society. However, coming to the point here is that whenever possible, I must not be pushed by my karma. So that's why here it says, always a target should be to get Uttama Shariram. That's why we saw very carefully in 14th chapter. Urdham gachanti sattvasthaha. So those who are embodied or embodiment of sattva guna, they will go to above lokas. Whereas those who are tamo guna, they will go to what? Jaghanya guna vrittistaha adho gachanti. So looking at this, what we need to do here, he says that all our life or the samsara vriksha, this vishaya-pravalah, all the sense objects are like shoot. Because today, whatever is a shoot, tomorrow is going to be a huge branch. That is how the tree starts growing. So that means what? Here he says sense objects. So how does it work? You can see very carefully. First, there is sense object. There is how advertisement they do it. So once there is a sense object, now the sense organs, they do come in contact with sense objects. Now, once they come in contact with sense objects, what is born? The desire is born. So once the desire is born, desire will push for karma, kama, karma. So once there is a karma, then what happens? The karma will bring papa, punya, phala. The result has to bring. Then this papa, punya, karma, phala will lead to next janma. So that means one has to be very careful in this regard. That's why we say very carefully that in this shariram, being in this body, already what we are doing it, we are working for next body. Can you see? So in this body, already there is, shoots, not visible, invisible shoots. So it needs a proper time just to come out. So that means today, whatever I am doing, so that means definitely I am just preparing what? For my next life. I cannot escape, okay? This is the Purana, beautiful. That's why we don't believe, we don't accept this, all other religious preachings. I am the savior. Hey, who are you to save when you could not save yourself? First, learn to save yourself, then you can save others. Because this is illogical. And huge, the most popular religion. And here what we say, if you look at whether, let us look at Lord Rama. Lord Rama came to save. Bring him, no problem. So in the process, he had to kill Ravana. So when he killed Ravana, then what happened to him? You know better. So Brahma Hatya Dosham had happened to him because he killed a Brahmin. So then Lord Rama had to go through certain prasritas, certain rituals. Imagine, because this is a karma theory, you cannot escape. You cannot brainwash that I am the savior. Because for every karma, it is a consequences. That is what they say very nicely. Why Mother Sita had to leave Rama? So it was the curse of Lord Shiva. All are interlinked because Lord Shiva did not want to get married Sati. Because Lord Shiva knew very well Sati is not well prepared. It needs a lot of things. She is not mature. She is not ready yet. But Vishnu mainly put the seed. No, no, because this is Tarakasura is creating a lot of issues. So if you get married, then child will come. Then from that, this Tarakasura will be destroyed. And finally, whatever supposed to happen, that happened. Then that time, Lord Shiva said, look, because of you people, I am telling no, you people did it. Now also don't worry, you will also go through the hell. So you will understand what is Patni Vicheda. So what I am highlighting here is how this karma theory works. So that's why he says, look, this vishaya-pravalah, this suits what happens. He says, look, from sense objects getting connected with sense organs, there is desire. From desire comes action. Action leads to punya papa, then it leads to next sarira. That's why he says, look, Adhasya mulany anusantatani. So if you look at, as we see, there are many roots. So apart from this tap root or primary root, all these secondary roots. So secondary roots are nothing here, raga, dveshas. And they are spread in such a way. Prasutaha, they are spread everywhere. And the way they are, and because of that reason, we say what? Anusantatani. They are, Adha, anusantatani. They are stretched downwards. And because of that reason, called karmanubandhini. So causing action that entwine, that bind. So the person is being dragged in karma, not because of anything, but because of one's own raga and dvesha. So raga means prabhuti rupa karma. Dvesha means nibruti rupa karma. Is it clear? So because raga means that you what you like, that is called raga. So because you like, you are engaged too strongly. And dvesha means what you don't like, then you try to withdraw. Like some of you do it also. Like, somebody said, look, I don't like, even if online class, I don't want to see others' face. There are some people, okay, attending Vedanta class here with me. Also they say, oh, I don't like to see the face. Imagine, what a hatred, okay? So here, for a half an hour class, if you have this much dvesham, or if you have this much raga, imagine, your life is, average, assume 100 year, okay? Assume, okay? How much raga and dvesha you have. And some people, they do it. I don't want to see, so I only want to see Swamiji, okay? So there is raga for Swamiji, dvesha for others. Because both go together, okay? Once there is dvesha, there has to be raga. If there is raga, there has to be dvesha. Like a coin has got two sides. You cannot say, no, only I have raga. No, there has to be there. In fact, because there is dvesha, that's why you have raga. It's the other way around. If you are clinging onto something or somebody, that means you are fed up of something or somebody. Like in our childhood, we do it, okay? So when we are fed up of with our mother, so those days we don't go to father, so we'll go to grandmother. So when we are fed up with grandmother, we'll go to grandfather or mother. You understand? So because when you have dvesha with reference to somebody or something, automatically you develop raga. So that's why if you cling onto something or somebody, it shows very clearly there is deep within dvesha. So which is not healthy. So here he says, look, this raga and dvesha makes a person to get into activities, karma. So that's why raga prabhuti rupena, dvesha nivritti rupena. So when they make you to do the action, those actions will bring the result in the form of papa and punya that will entwine you, that will bind you. Is it clear? So whenever you are bound by any karma, not karma binds you, your prabhuti rupa karma, your nivritti rupa karma, that karma's consequence is what? Bondage. So one has to really be very clear and careful in this regard, or else what will happen? You will start blaming. So that's why when we look at this raga and dvesha, here we need to see this raga dvesha is mainly predominant in this manushya-loke. So why not other lokas? You can ask. Why Lord Krishna points out only this manushya-loka, this world, not other loka? Because mainly other lokas we say what? Bhoga pradhana loka. So their experience is primary. Enjoyment is primary. So bhoga pradhana yoni or bhoga pradhana janma. Whereas here karma pradhana janma or karma pradhana yoni. That's why we say this is called karma bhumi. So that means you can improve or you can destroy. So only a human being can do something. Animal cannot decide anything. They have instinct. They do based on the instinct. Devatas are helpless. Even if you do the prayer to the devatas and you ask, look, I want to kill you, give me the boon. Devata has to give, cannot escape. Helpless. That's why Bhasmasura, you understand, there are many examples we have. Because there mainly is what we say very carefully, that is not karma pradhana janma, bhoga pradhana janma. So that's why this manushya-loka is very important. So now let us read the next. Narupamasveha tathopalabhyate nanto na chardi na cha sampratishtha aswattamenam suvirudhamulam asanga sastrena drudhena chitva. This verse is very amazing. Actually, we take this 3 and 4 together. But however, we can take separately. If we look at this verse number 3, the first half talks about the samsara, and next half talks about samsara nivritti. So how to grow out of samsara? Because all this samsara description is being given more and more to understand, to see the limitations of samsara. So the more I see the limitations of the samsara, quickly I want to get out of it. And here, let us look at this very carefully. Maybe I'll take a few more minutes so that I can complete this. Say that, look, when you look at this samsara, the rupam asyaha, the form of this tree. Let us complete samsara analysis. Then Samsara Nivritti will talk tomorrow. So the form of this tree, tatha, as such, now upalabhyate, is not available for sight. Here. And interestingly, na adihi, it has no beginning. Na cha sampratishtha, and of course, no continuance or middle. Na cha antah, nor even it end. This is the main regarding this samsara. Now, question may arise, what do you mean by this? Because this universe, remember, when was created, whether Darwin theory is right or Big Bang theory is right. Like, for example, say, I'm saying it, like, in Christianity, they said only 2000 years back, okay? Now, few days back, better. So now they have done some excavation in Vatican place, St. Peter's Church, what we call as Vatican City. Now they are getting a lot of things just few days back, which is dated back, some, they say actually, now they are saying it is 050, they say, but it will be and huge structures with the coins and whatnot. So that each one starts talking, just I'm trying to say, the origin of the world based on them. But it is wrong. Nobody can find out. Even if scientists will be failure to find out the origin of this universe. Why and how? Let us not get into too much, logical analysis. Because we say this is the, this particular concept is being talked in Mandukya Karika, and this is the specialization of Gaudapada Acharya. So this concept is very nice, very logical analysis in there only. So keeping that in mind, just I am trying to conclude very fast, okay? So this is a concept. Let us not break our head with reference to universe, okay? Because time and space cannot be separated. This is the minimum physics, okay? So instead of analyzing space, let us analyze time. Now tell me, when did the time origin? When did the time start? It's a wrong question. Can you see this point? The moment you say, when did time starts, you will say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever time you will say. So when did that time start? Because the question itself is wrong. Unless you are in a meeting like you guys, okay? When you are in the meeting, what you do? You know nothing you will arrive at. But you spend time in meeting after meeting, okay? Because to show that you are busy doing something, confused, okay? So there the ego discussion happens, okay? Who is more sophisticated in confusing others? And of course, those days I remember, meeting without eating is not complete, okay? So here after meeting, brainstorming, let us go for a tea break, okay? So coming back here. So the time, when did it start, is a wrong question. The moment I ask this question, that means I myself do not know what I am asking. Now, next question is, when it is going to come to an end? Then again, when it is going to come to an end, what is that time? Can I say? Again, is wrong or not? Same thing also. When I do not know the origin, nor I know the end, how can I find out the middle? If I show you this pen, now suppose I am saying you pen now. You are able to see one part other part you are not able to see. Now I say, please find out the middle of the pen. Will you be able to find out? Because you do not know how long is it. To find out the middle, you need to see both the end, beginning and end. Then only you can find out what is the middle point. So also the time. Neither I know what is the beginning, nor I know what is the end. So how can I say what is the middle point? Definitely I cannot say. So also the universe. So that is what is being highlighted here. So what is the purpose, he says? With this I'll stop it. He says, look, don't waste your time thinking of creation. Why did it come? How did it come? What happened? What didn't happen? When did it start? When it's going to come to an end? Like all the scientists, they are confusing. That's why Huckness last moment he said what? Maybe to look into the creation is more philosophical rather than scientific. So, like, when you are in a dream world, unless you are idiot, and the dream is creating a lot of problem. So will you work how to get out of the dream world? Or will you think, when did it come, the dream? How did it come being in the dream world? Okay? Will you do that? So whole focus will be there, how to get out of that dream. You'll be praying, let somebody push me, if you are a little conscious, okay? Let somebody push me, some noise should come so that I can get disturbed, so that I can get out of that dream. So also when I know the samsara is a problem, there is no beginning, there is no end, there is no middle, means I am going to keep traveling. Remember this point. Imagine all this, we have this fancy, all this, imagine, suppose you are in a, this wheel, rotating wheel game. And they switch on and switch off. Now they switch it on, now they don't switch off. You are tied down. Okay, you keep rotating, going up, down. Ah! Finally, what will happen? You will faint, you will die, you will never sit there. We all are caught up in this samsara chakra. So when it is started and when it's going to come to an end, we do not know. What a painful situation. So that's why don't waste your time thinking, when did it start? How did it start? What will happen? What will not happen? That's none of my business. But I want to get rid of it. I want to get out of it. Let me pray seriously. Let me do something seriously so that I should get out of it. When you are being caught in this wheel, how you pray and what you do. Same thing starts from the second line and next verse. There are 4 qualifications that we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Punha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Pashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.